second video. I'll try it again. This liquid is the Everclear that I put in with the plant material, which I had 56 grams of flour and trim leaves. So this is mostly trim leaves. So that's why my THC amount is so very low when I calculate the amount. So still take it drop by drop once I reduce it. But the first thing you have to do is you have to strain it. And I found this at the thrift store, this coffee strainer, and it works pretty well. When I strain material through, the only thing I have to be really mindful of is this liquid with alcohol and THC can, especially in cuts and scrapes and things like that, soak in to your skin, and you might be a little high. So be cautious when doing that. If you don't know what you're doing, you don't feel comfortable with what you're doing, I highly recommend wear gloves. And wear stuff that doesn't have a lot of chemicals on it. So you pour it and just go ahead and let it drain the liquid out from that plant material. So that's why I just dumped the first part of the liquid. I'm going to let that strain through for a little bit. And I can show you kind of how that's caught. You know, some of it is flour, which you could see. You know, it's actually the little bitty nugs, teeny tiny nugs in there. So then I've let that go through and there's no liquid left in the basket. So then I'm going to go ahead and pour in the remaining liquid. And I think if my calculation is correct, I have close to 4 cups of alcohol. Maybe less than that since there was so much material. And so after a time, since the jar is like that too, and it'll just stay in like this, I'll just hold it upside down until we get it. So like I said, it'll take on the color of the plant material. So see the green, it's semi-green. That means that the plant material has been washed with the alcohol. And now it's just going to be strained. And then my next step is going to be this, which is a beaker. And I will put that in there. I'm thinking I have, you know, might be up to the top of this, but I'm going to reduce it down. This goes down to 100. And then I have corresponding beakers for when it gets reduced. I have the next 2 levels, and this level right here is about 50 mils. So 50 milliliters, and I tend to add like 10 grams, or no, let me be correct. I add 10 milliliters of grapeseed oil towards the very last beaker, which is so cute, and, you know. So I have this, and I add 10 milliliters of grapeseed oil and reduce the amount down all the way to 20. So then it's 10 milliliters of the THC or CBD oil and 10 milliliters of grapeseed oil, which is inert and doesn't really have a taste, doesn't contribute to a smell or anything like that. So see, it's still dripping through. So this is the strain part.